And welcome back to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay, Tyler Byron, and Alan Poe, back once again with the latest and greatest. I know. Y'all niggas been waiting to hear from us. You know, we took a little break, try to get some shit right, try to get things together, but now we back for your enjoyment. So please, chill.
Niggas
Fellas,
been on
fellas,
a
fellas.
hiatus.
Fellas, fellas. What's cracking, man? How was your weekend?
The weekend, nigga, it's the week, man. Fuck the weekend. It's over with.
Okay, well, I mean, I had a good weekend, you know what I'm saying? Nigga turned Magnum 44, you know what I'm saying? Hit the 40-40. So, you know, I turned to a Magnum.
Yeah, your nuts dropped finally, cousin.
You know, like I mean, if I really wanted to, you know, like get back at you for that comment, I could. But you know, hey man, it's all love, T man. Yeah, I mean,
hey man, listen.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? They used to call me Barney Rubble, nigga.
And why is that?
Because my nuts was all in the streets, nigga. Who you talking about, nigga? I'm dragging them all through the streets, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah, my weekend was good. We won. Lakers won. That's all I care about. You know, we 3-1 now. I'm happy about that. The boxing match was garbage, but I expected it to be garbage. You know, they keep promoting these essays and keep getting knocked out, man. You know, Oscar De La Hoya, I feel like you Don King, you know, of the essays. He just keep promoting these essays, keep lying to them saying they have a chance to be a world champion.
I didn't watch the fight. How?
You don't need to watch it. Wait, hold on. You don't need to watch. All you need to see is that one shot.
Right. So I want to know how long it takes for that reaction to happen, because he hit him and he got back in his pose, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, nigga, that's okay."
Yeah, like he was trying to play it off. That's what it was. Like he hit him and he was thinking like, "Oh, that didn't," you know what I'm saying? That was like, you know, he gave like that didn't fade me, but then that was like, you know. So
I'm gonna keep it real, man. He know monster, man. You know what I mean? You didn't think you were gonna see no monster after Roberto Duran. You didn't think you were gonna see no monster.
He no monster.
You know, he know monster. Yeah, he know monster. He already knocked him he knocked him down in the second round with a flush. And then in that round he hit him right in the ribs, man. He couldn't take it no more. The blow was painful. He was just like, no. He just stayed down. Like blood came out of his nose. He was like, oh no. I'm done.
We gotta keep it 100 though. I'm gonna call him little because he is little, but little Gervonta Davis, boy, he got hands.
Yeah, it's time for him to fight some niggas though. You know, you got hands. You can build an essay. You can
that's all they got,
all day. That's cool, but you know, squad with some niggas though. It's time to squad with Errol Spence, Bud Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney. You got all these good welterweights, and ain't nobody fighting with each other. But all of them want to squad with Mexicans. None of them want to squad with each other. It's frustrating to me. You know, everybody's scared to squad.
Now, quick question for you, Byron, because you were a manager in music, right? So have you ever dealt with promoters in LA County or in Southern California?
Promoters, no.
Because down there, that's what runs everything. Hispanics run the rap game, the rap market as far as getting shows promoted. So I can see why it was that matchup.
You talking about for like music? How do they run the show on music?
They the ones
because
there's all the shows.
There are more Hispanics in LA County than black people. So at your shows, at the shows, that's all that's going to be there. So they kind of run what's happening.
Now you're missing. Yeah, okay. Let me add to that. Y'all missing another thing too is, and not only are they running shit, is they're all coming together and doing shit together to make each other money and doing this. They're coming together and doing this shit. So, so a lot of the Mexicans and Hispanic people in LA are promoting, and what they're doing, they're booking these shows and they're they're getting their people to come to these shows. So the money is coming from the culture as well as not only are they booking the shows, but the money is coming from the people. So it's a
No,
win-win
the
situation.
money's coming from the cartel. That's where the money's coming from.
The
Let's keep
cartel
it
is
real.
getting the cartels
The
own the
cartel.
venues now. The
Yeah,
cartels own the
cartel.
venues now. They're
Okay.
just being smarter.
Cartels bring on.
There's what? I don't mean to put this out there but it's already out there though. Is they're becoming a lot smarter with their business, endeavors now. Like instead of just doing drugs and shit like that, the cartels are they got weed licenses, you know what I'm saying? They got, so they're doing promoting, cause you know what I'm saying, for these shows and like that, they're doing these big, huge stadium shows. Like, bruh, they're smart now. They're smart now. They're just we can't just call them cartels anymore when they're acting like businessmen. You know what I'm saying? They're using that money and putting it into money as bringing them even more money now, and it's legitimate.
Well,
That's
yeah.
hard.
If you're a businessman, that's what you have to do. You have to wash your money somehow, some way. So
Not just wash it, but like a lot of the cartels don't even deal in cocaine and all that stuff. They just do like they're getting so much revenue from like these shows and legitimate businesses now. Like they're like that's why you can't even call them cartels anymore. They but
ain't too many cartels out there selling drugs, man. It's not a gang of cartels out there with a gang of drugs and you over here got options to buy from. It's not like that, man. Like you said, a lot of cartels is moving in business doing legal stuff. So you probably got like about a few cartels in your hand, maybe you can get some drugs from and they're warring with each other. So it's just bad.
Very few now though. Very few now.
Very few. And those, and those are in war with each other. They are shooting at each other.
While the other ones just watching them, just killing themselves when they just stacking, just stacking. It's just like, all right, y'all motherfuckers keep doing that shit, man. We gonna keep throwing these shows, bringing Bad Bunny all over the place, and selling out. You know what I'm saying?
A lighter shade of brown. You know what I'm saying? That's a callback.
That's all he is. That's all he is. Just speaking Spanish and shit, though.
Cause Bad Bunny made so much money.
Cause
I like.
Bro, you can bring him to any continent and just cash out. You know what I'm saying? And he's cashing out for cartels all over the world.
For any single man that's out there who's looking for someone, I would suggest that you should buy certain tickets. You should either purchase a Drake concert ticket or a Bad Bunny ticket.
What, for the females there?
Tickets cost?
Yes. Huh?
You know how much the tickets cost?
Hey, if you're looking for someone, yeah, I mean, that's what.
Hey, Byron,
that's more than list crawlers, man.
Byron, they're trying to tell you because you gonna go there and find your glove, man. You know what I'm saying? How much is the price you want for love, nigga? You gonna go there, pay this $1,800 to sit in the in row 2003, but you go.
That's a 2-day night. That's a 2-day night on list crawlers, man.
but you gonna find the girl of your dreams.
Yeah, your dreams, like you know what I'm saying. She down for you. Like, all right, you buy a ticket like Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. Hey, I guarantee, because you're like, hey, Al, because I got a new number, man. Hey, what area code is this?
It's like Byron, where you
796 812, and that's just
with the little plus sign
first,
in front of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. With the little plus sign in front.
Where you think I'm getting all this money from? You spending $1,800 on some random, you know what I mean? On some love of my life shit. Hell nah. Hell no.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you already know it's cheaper to keep her, homeboy.
He said it's cheaper to
Yeah,
keep her.
that's if I have her already.
I mean, but you gotta pay for it up front anyway. Nowadays,
Yeah, I pay for. I believe in the Chinese philosophy. I pay for it in the long run. And you let it be in the long run. In Chinese they dib and dabby. They pay you here, pay you there, but they keep you around for the long run. You know what I mean? That's me. I'm not coming out with a large amount of money and overspending. To be sad as hell. Went broke over this woman. Back to baby,
Nah.
be like Franklin, smoking crack, walking around.
See, but that's what he was saying, Byron. If you go to a Drake and a Bad Bunny concert, you're gonna meet a female that ain't gonna put you in those situations, cuz.
she just wants to be she wants to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she gonna think of you as Drake or Bad Bunny, you know what I'm saying?
And don't think, and don't think like all the bad bitches aren't in the front row. You know what I'm saying? All the bad bitches can afford front row tickets. They all over the stadium, right? So you might be sitting next to a couple like, oh, hey, what's your name? Like, oh, they call me Byron. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't say your name is Byron, but yeah, they call me Byron. Oh yeah, hey, you cool, man. And you start buying drinks. Next thing you know, nigga, after the concert, late night chilling, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. Sunrise, you're like, oh, you know what? I can see myself being with you.
No. See, but before you can't. It is not for Byron because you got to do it. She gonna have to do like this. She gonna have to take that nigga. After the concert, she gonna take that nigga out to eat, nigga, and then buy that nigga drink.
Okay,
She
okay.
gonna pay for everything, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then when she get to
if
the
I'm
crib,
paying for a Drake ticket, she going knees deep. She's going balls deep. Nigga, I'm going balls deep. Right before the concert. Right before the concert, nigga, I'm doing everything. So I'm getting mine in. Shit.
So all right, nigga, you know what I'm saying? She gonna let the nigga have it before she gets to the show.
I prepaid for that ticket. I prepaid for that ticket. You give me pre-pussy before concert.
Oh my God.
Prepaid. Nigga, I put a deposit on that. Nigga, like, come on with
it.
You
can't hold me out to after the concert and maybe hell nah.
Well, no, the whole thing is you meet them at the concert. That's what I'm saying. So you're buying a ticket for yourself.
Hell no, I'm not paying no money just to go inside a concert and explore. Hell no. You look crazy as hell. I look a 40-year-old creep, nigga, around a whole bunch of kids rolling around.
All the kids be like, "What you doing here?"
Kids jumping next to me and stuff. I'm looking for love.
Now they would.
I'm 40.
Yeah,
I'm 40.
They would.
I love Drake though. I'm at that age where I'm going to Soul Brother Festival, not no Drake, nigga.
It's a Soul Brother. Hey,
the festival where they got the 70-year-old singing they on their last leg, but they still sing that song.
The Temptations and shit.
Yeah, all them niggas dying, cuz that's on everything. They pulling up in wheelchairs, cuz they be trying to get in. Niggas will never stop singing, cuz.
Yeah, niggas.
That's a lifetime contract, nigga.
They got the old voice.
Now you going to see the Four Tops Part 3, like the
Generation
3. Generation 3.
It's one original member, nigga. It's Four Tops. Like it's like 3 20-year-olds and this old nigga. Like,
and that's the nigga they bring out on stage because he can't walk out and do the shit. They bring him out like, yeah, cuz it's like this different original member. Right?
Why you should be ashamed of themselves?
Give him a standing ovation, man. It's the original member. He started the group.
All these healthy niggas, they got a nigga out there, hey, man, trying to make some money for you. Cause like white people are just cruel, man.
Hey, man, we do it too, man. We can't get past them, nigga. Because if
Nah,
you have some
nigga, man.
money, I'm gonna bring, nigga. If you have money, say, all right, if you a promoter, cause and
You
say
bring an old
you,
ass nigga out there
now
on,
I'm
on
gonna
the
wait. Hold
stage.
on, wait, hold on. Let me give you a scenario real quick. All right. So okay, so there, I'll just say, I ain't gonna say seaside, nigga. I'll say, uh, if you was in San Jose. You had a gang of black folks, nigga, you know what I'm saying? They last year, or wait, not last year, because it take a couple of years. Like 3 years ago, you brought out somebody like say, who who's still touring right now.
Joe Cooley.
All right, so you bring out Joe Cooley. You bring out Joe Cooley. Somebody brought out Joe Cooley 3 years ago. You think the turnout was cool, you know what I'm saying? You had all the geriatric black people up in there, you know what I'm saying, grooving and shit like that. And you was like, niggas, and motherfuckers was like, yeah, nigga, we want to bring Joe Cooley back. Nigga, so you ain't gonna cater to that, you know, you
What's
as a
that crowd?
promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna cater to that and bring Joe Cooley back if they're asking for him. You
Nigga,
gonna do what you want.
Can Joe Cooley bring his ass back? That's the question.
Oh,
These niggas be
shit.
sick, man. You gotta go around his schedule, man. They be super sick. Nigga, one show take him out for 4 months, nigga.
Yeah.
Joe Cooley can't run no back to back. He on dialysis. Can't run no back to back.
Oh shit. But yeah, well, anyways, man, like, oh my god. All right. It's always good chopping it up with you niggas, man. But let's get on hey, real quick.
All right.
So
All right.
what we wanted to do is we wanted to talk about the little King Von documentary a little bit here. So if you guys didn't know, Traplore, what is it? Traplore
Ross.
Traplore Ross. Yeah.
Made a long video, and it was 3 hours and 36 minutes of calling King, seeing how depicting how King Von might have been a serial killer. All right.
Okay. Quick question. Or not quick question, but let me say something. Like,
Good.
you have to give him some respect, because as far as like, I don't know the man, but
Wait, who?
really,
Which one? King Von or
no,
Traplore?
Traplore Ross.
Traplore Ross.
That was probably, I mean, I don't really watch a lot of documentaries about rappers, but that was, you can't call it little, because he put in time, effort.
It was
Like
in depth.
it was a
very
great,
in
it was
depth.
a great piece of work, and that's all I want to say about it.
Okay.
It was very convincing. Very. If you didn't know who Von was, and you'd be convinced that he
On
was
what he was saying. Yeah, on what he was saying. Yes.
But
And
that's the
I
problem. He didn't know King Von. He didn't know none. He don't know no
exactly.
niggas from London. That is the problem. He don't know niggas. He's no stories. That's the only thing he knows.
See, the thing is, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna touch on Byron's point here, is because yeah, he's doing it off of research off the internet, you know, and basing the stuff off, you know, he heard things like that. He's not talking to real people and all this. And King Von did, you know, I ain't gonna lie, he just from seeing all his posts and stuff like that, he put a lot of shit out there. But the shit could have been, you know, it could have been fugazi, it could have been whatever, it could have been cap. Like he made people think. Like I'm King Von could have been another Tupac, man. We don't know, but
Nah, he definitely wasn't no Tupac. Tupac
nah, I
did
mean,
not live that type of life. Tupac did
well,
not live the life King Von lived. Hell no.
well,
Hell no. King Von, he had a sick childhood, man. He needed help. You know, he needed a hug or something. Something wrong with that kid, man. You know, that's what really happened to him. He had no love his whole life. You could tell he ain't been hugged his whole life. He didn't start getting hugged till he became famous.
became famous. Yeah.
When he became a famous rapper, all these girls start loving him, fans start loving him. By that time, he wasn't trying to be a killer no more. He was trying to change and be a rapper, but you know, one move gets you crossed up. It just takes one time. Can't think you invincible.
Well, especially not to speak on too much,
There's
but
always a nigga out there with smoke you. There's always
right.
a nigga out there to kill you.
Yeah.
I ain't never, you know, that's one thing I learned living in Seaside is ain't nobody invincible. The niggas I thought they was invincible was here. They got smacked. You know, so shit. Once you learn that, you be like, okay, ain't no nigga invincible for real.
Yeah, I just thought it was a great documentary. So Byron, I mean, you had talked about it beforehand a couple weeks ago, but how is it that someone from across the pond, not in the United States, is able to get this information and post it and get all these views, right, and get great accommodations about it? And we were talking about how if a black person were to do that, he'd be snitching.
He wouldn't be snitching necessarily because they know that niggas know the truth. That's why they can you can get away with these documentaries with these white boys saying oh that shit's false, because most of that shit is a little like swamp stories. All of them, they add a little bit of details to the story to make it more juicier for people to fall into like that character, depending on who they like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're biased on who they like. So, you know, a nigga from the streets gonna tell you how it is, because he's hearing firsthand what happened, what really happened. And if he put it out there, you know, he's going to have to deal with that person that he's talking about on a daily basis. You know what I mean? It's hard. You know, ain't nowhere to hide for a black man.
This is what I think. Let me get into that. This is what I think.
All right, T.
For one, the documentary was well put together. He did his research on what he came up with. It was, you know, I commend him for that, you know, for what he was given and what he was given. He came up with certain things, you know, to make you question, you know, thoughts. Is like, okay, maybe this could be. But I'm gonna say this. I don't know King Von. You know, I just know what I seen from that, and I know what I seen from, you know, actually just, you know, not following him, all that. I listened to a couple of his songs and stuff like that. Is a lot of the things that he was posting is because people put fuel into that fire. Like when he would say shit, like, you know, about killing and shit like that, you'd see the different type of views and shit like that. You know, the reason why he kept referring back to this shit, yeah, I think he was trying to get out of it. But when he was trying to get out of it, people weren't, you know how people niggas, you know how people on Facebook are, you know, all your homeboys and shit. You post something positive, nigga, you get 10, you know, maybe 8, 7, you know, 10
Right.
likes. But when you post something to say you like a bitch twerking and you there slapping her ass and shit like that, you get 700 likes and shit like that. I think that's what it was with Von. Like a lot of people, when he was saying his positive shit, they weren't, you know, he wasn't getting his likes. And you know how these kids are with the likes and all this stuff today. So he wasn't getting a lot of likes for the positive shit. You know, he was trying to post, I'm trying to change up, I'm trying to do this shit, I'm doing the music. Nah, nigga, we skipping that. Oh, nigga, yeah, I'm talking about murdering and shit like that. So a lot of the shit just to make some shit up. I think the record label, Dirt, and all that shit played in the, you know, putting the fuel into that fire as well.
Well,
from I want to say.
From the documentary, it seemed like Dirk tried to show him
He
the right way,
to it.
but he tried to show the right way and try to get him out of it, though.
Nah, but he was adding to it too. When them niggas was riding around doing all that dumb shit.
You can't say he's trying to get him out of it when he's the one sneak dissing too on songs as well, and throwing out names and
throwing out Tuka, smoking Tuka, yeah, like
he's setting up hits too and all that. He's not innocent. Don't act. I hate when people make it seem like Lil Durk is it. He's not innocent. He's smart though. You know what I mean? He knows how to talk in codes and
you can move.
And
he knows how to move.
And he knows how to pay different niggas. You know what I'm saying? And niggas ain't telling on him because he's paying them. You know what I mean? Like that's
and
all it is.
He's doing. and he's making the labels, and he's better off to the labels. For him, he's better off alive than he is dead. Bond played into that scenario where, nigga, if you gonna live through the streets and you gonna be a killer, kill or be killed. If you're killed, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? That heightens your legacy and shit like that. Dirt, they don't see Dirt. This nigga got blonde, dread braids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He a little, what's it called? A little,
Well, we can't.
he a little something nice to look at for the females and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if Dirt died, then nigga, a lot of labels there. So the labels is just basically almost something that the
But okay,
Dirt, the labels are better off making for him to be alive than him dead.
let me piggyback off of what you just said, Titan, because you brought up the way he looks, right? He looks appetizing to the females, right?
Right.
Or he doesn't look he doesn't look too
He
gangster.
don't look gangster, but he acts like it. So you're getting both. And I want to touch on Drake in a second too, but he don't look gangster, but he is gangster, is what the people are seeing.
And the
So
reason why I wanted to talk about that is because look at MC Hammer, right? So everyone thought MC Hammer was just in dress shoes dancing with parachute pants. But you can't really fuck with MC Hammer.
nah, not on no money shit, not on no street shit, really neither.
Yeah, MC Hammer is there was a story I heard from Redman. I guess he had a song back in the day, and he had Decimer said something, and MC Hammer said to him like, "Hey man, like these are records, homie. Like don't get it twisted." And at that point, Redman's like, "Okay, Hammer, nigga, he's that dude."
Nigga, you were missing the point about MC Hammer. That nigga's about his money, but he was also from where?
Well, yeah, he's from
He was
Oakland.
also from where?
He's from
Hey,
Oakland.
nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, them niggas be about their paper, nigga, but they straight killers up here.
Yeah. Well,
Back in the day, in Hammer's day, yeah, they was. Cause it's just like Seaside for whack, nigga. You like, oh, nigga, yeah, man, ain't nothing going on up there. Like, nah, nigga, like, you just don't know. So,
I
we're
just
in
think
Hammer's,
Oakland.
yeah, Hammer back in
Yeah,
Hammer's day,
in
nigga, the
88,
Hammer.
89.
Oakland is dangerous now. That's why all the teams moved out. All the teams that got out of Oakland. They like, I'm getting the hell out of here, man. We ain't making no money. Nobody want to come here. Come to the games. It's too dangerous. We're getting the hell up out of here. They shipped all their teams away. They ain't got no team. Even the hockey team packed up and left. The hockey team said, I'm out of here.
We ain't dealing with this shit no more, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we ain't
tired of
dealing
this
with
shit.
this shit.
Niggas is tired of fighting, man.
All right, so
Right.
do y'all agree with Traplore Ross, man? Was King Von a serial killer? Do you think he should be labeled a serial killer?
I mean, what is a serial killer? That's my question. You know what I mean? Like,
The
if you go by
definition?
definition, if you go by the definition he put on there, I guess. But black people ain't gonna never look at him as no Jeffrey Dahmer or no Al Bundy. We never gonna put him up
Nah.
there with them niggas. You know what I mean? We gonna so. If he a serial killer, he ranked in 499. He ain't ranked in the top 10. You know what I mean? Serial killers, like. I mean, there are some real deal serial killers out there. You see the little documentary they put out there on, that one nigga that they got killed by that nigga in jail. What's his name? That was killing all them gay people. Was that serial killing that?
You want Dahmer?
Nah.
Dahmer. Yeah, it was Dahmer.
Was it
Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer? Oh yeah,
Jeffrey
all the
Dahmer.
killing on the gay
having
black
sex
dudes.
with all them and the homosexual having sex and then chopping them up after they have sex with them, putting them in refrigerators. And like you can't get past that. Like you can't say King Von was on that level.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
people in refrigerator. I mean, it smell like bodies and stuff. People knocking on the door talking about your apartment stinks. It smells bad in here. And he's still chilling there, living there. and smelling it every day.
Well, yeah. I
See,
mean, it's like walking to a house with someone who has like 80 cats
So how could you live there? How could you live in that every day? How could you smell that every day as a person?
because you after a while you don't smell it. It just smells natural.
Nah,
It's
man.
like, well, okay.
Nah.
All right,
Nah.
let's talk about a sense of smell. So, have you guys ever visited Mexico, right?
a couple
Yeah.
times.
Okay. So, doesn't the air smell sweet? It's like a sweet funk to it.
I wouldn't say a sweet funk, nigga. I would say like a hot musk or something.
Okay. But you understand what I'm getting at. So, if you live there your whole life, it smells normal. It smells like oxygen.
Well, nah, man. Okay, a dead body and hot musk is two different things.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say,
Yeah, man.
but
He said he smelled dead
well,
bodies his whole life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he got used to
nah,
it.
man.
He got used to it.
Hey,
Nigga, he wouldn't smell dead bodies that
Or
long,
or
man.
hey,
or he put some Vicks under his nose, like, you know what I'm saying,
now,
bite his nose with some Vicks.
hey, let me say this, man. When we think it, like Byron said, I agree with. When we think of serial killers, we don't think of a nigga going out and shooting as an ops and shit like that as a serial killer. We
Yeah.
think of somebody going out, eating brains and
Yeah.
cutting niggas up, and like you said, hiding their heads in the, under their pillows and shit like that. That's when you think of serial killer, that's the term.
Leaving Redo, you didn't kidnap somebody and left the
Right.
Redo. We gotta find their body and stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
or-
what we think serial killer. Like that's fun and games to them. Like
Yeah,
you didn't kidnap the body and we gotta find a Redo to find this nigga. You know what I mean?
yeah, and with that riddle, his toe
looking
is or
clues.
something. His toe is right there with it. So you like,
Yeah.
so that's what I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Finger on the other side. Put your toe and the finger together.
When I think of a serial killer, that's what I'm thinking of like that. I'm not thinking of a gang member going out and shooting people that are rival gangs and shit like that. Because, like, I mean, I just think that is gang activity. So, like, if he was a shooter, then I mean, I would, I feel sorry for the people.
If that's the case, to send me the bull serial killer. You know what I mean? Is a hitman for the hitman for
Hitman for hire?
The drug kingpin in DC. There's a drug kingpin in DC. He used to have a hitman. He was all black. He was all a dude was hella dark. He killed over 100 people for no matter of fact, my bad. Alpo's hitman. Alpo's hitman from Paid in Full. Alpo's hitman killed 100 people, and Alpo told him. But he killed over 100 people for him. Because Alpo is when people get killed for dumb reasons, like, oh, you talked to my girl, kill him. Oh, he disrespected my girl, kill him. He was having a lot of people getting killed over girls.
Well, I would consider that a serial killer. If you got 100 bodies, man, like that's not. I mean, yeah, you're a serial killer.
I mean, but he was doing his job. He was getting paid to hit people. He was getting paid to shoot.
I see.
So that, he was a hitman.
I don't think
serial killer. He was a hitman.
Okay, so see now so you don't see, so you're finding a difference in between a hitman and a serial killer.
There's difference between he's saying there's difference between the labels. Yes,
but I mean, there's not. If you killed 100 people, that's a title. That's like
if you're doing it for money, you're not doing it for the thrill. You're doing it for money. Like it's nothing personal. I gotta take you down for some racks here. You know what I mean? I'm taking you in for racks here. I can get hella bread. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with me having the thrill of killing somebody and putting them in refrigerators or talking about it and being in love with people dying. You know what I mean? That's different.
Okay. I guess I can kind of understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you take the love out of it, like if you don't get an enjoyment out of it, then you're not a serial killer.
It's not just the enjoyment though, but like you said, if you're in a gang and you're doing it because like you're taking out your oppositions and you love doing it that way, I wouldn't label you a serial killer. I would label you as an active gang member, doing gang activity.
But if you love taking out your ops, I mean, you enjoy killing and you enjoy it. Your ops are not. I mean, if you
But
get a if you
it's
get a
for a
rush off of it,
different. Okay, I see what you're saying, but maybe it's for a
Well, we have
different
to
reason then, because you're
you have to
programmed to do.
understand that
Go ahead.
you have to understand that only in certain cities they allow this type of mannerism anyways. You know what I mean? Only certain cities like Baton Rouge, Chicago, New Orleans.
Oh God,
Those are the
yeah.
only type of cities that those are the only type of cities that allow you to get over one or two bodies and be hiding out because it's so poor and so corrupt and the police are so bad that they don't have the things to find people. But in other cities, bro, you can't get away with shooting more than 3 or 4 people. You going to jail. You know, so that's why it's so entertaining about Chicago is because all these people during that time got away with all these murders because they were letting them get away. They knew who did it, but they was letting all these people get away. There was a lot of people out there in Chicago that was murdering people. Like look up 051 Melly. He killed more people than King Von. You got some other people too in Chicago that were his homie T. Roy was worse than him. He ain't no serial. He was no serial killer. He got killed at the store, walking in the store. He wasn't on no serial killer movement, walking around scared. Like to me, a serial killer has to hide out. Serial killer can't just walk around and go to the store and say what's up to niggas and all that. Nah, man, it's like something going on. You feel me?
that makes you even
Like
more of a
that's
serial
what.
killer. Like,
Nah, he's not
And that
walking.
makes
Look,
you a
man,
sociopath.
and yeah, ain't no serial killers walking around saying hello, how you doing? No, they getting shot at. You know what I mean? Like, you in the gang, you shoot at somebody, I know you shooting, you getting shot at. You know what I mean?
but Jeffrey Dahmer
So
was
it,
considered a serial killer, but he was saying, "Hey, let's get some drinks."
man,
Jeffrey Dahmer was not just a serial killer; he was a gay dude who was who had a type, and it just like
Yeah, nigga.
he had a little bread too. And like nigga, like you gay and then I don't know, nigga buy
Nigga
you drinks
had
and shit. Like,
hey,
oh,
you know,
yeah.
never mind, cuz I was gonna say
yeah,
something.
but see,
Leave that shit alone.
Jeffrey Dahmer also he lived in the hood of Milwaukee. He lived in the
Yeah,
hood part of Milwaukee around all black
that's why he
people.
preyed on.
So,
Yeah, that's why he
so
preyed on like gay
he
black
yeah
men.
he lived in the project part where black people where cops don't even come there to report crimes. So that's why he was doing crimes there because police don't even go there to even try to solve nothing where he was at. It's an all black neighborhood. He knew that. So that's why it was all planned for him to do that. It wasn't
And
like he was in a white neighborhood taking black people there. He was in a black neighborhood taking gay blacks, taking advantage of them in the project.
well, that's kind of where I was going as far as like the whole King Von situation is. Okay, was it that no one like PD really didn't care because they just hey let them wipe each other out type shit,
Yes,
and then
yes,
it's like
Yeah,
right,
yes,
but then
yeah.
you have him tweeting everything that's going on. He's a person of interest. You bring him in, but you can't find anything on him, so you let him go. So it's like
because you don't want to. You just
right,
want to bring him in because you have to. Like
Yeah, you know what I mean?
if you don't,
You get a lot of
then
complaints about a nigga, you know, in the hood about this one nigga that's being bad. You get a lot of complaints about him. That's when they bring you in. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's
oh
all you
nigga,
need.
you better
About
be
10 complaints, you going to jail after 10 complaints about you in the town. 10 niggas complain about you. Well, this one nigga he acting up right now. What's his name? They just say your name, you go straight to jail. Nigga get picked up. For real.
so I think it's a
oh
little
man,
far fetched calling nigga serial killer, but some people may disagree. If you look up the definition, yes, okay, he might have been a serial killer because he killed 3 people over a span of time, you know,
but
with time in between them. But
I think by Lord Ross, whatever his name is, I think that was kind of genius because every time they'd ask him questions about it, he'd always be eating cereal. So that's why I think he used that. He's a serial
yeah,
killer because he's eating cereal every time he's getting asked
Well,
questions
well,
about it.
well,
well, the
but
nigga like eating cereal, cuz like
that's
the nigga
what.
like
See,
eating
that's hold
cereal,
on.
bro.
Hold on. See, that's what that's to me. When I was watching that, I was like, nigga, like he not implying the nigga he a serial killer. Like the nigga just eating cereal. That's
Yeah.
literally what I was saying the whole time. Like nigga, like you putting that like that is. But I see what you're saying though, Al. That is kind of genius, you know.
I mean, that's
But
the
the
only way
nigga's
to
just
get
eating.
when it comes to
He's
views
just
and looks and hits. That's the only way
yeah.
that'll both
That's
side up.
why I commend him. He did that, but like literally, I was just thinking like because he's just eating cereal. Like,
I mean that.
Eventually,
I don't think this.
a
I
serial
don't.
killer wants to get caught. King Von never wanted to get caught. G. He
Yeah,
never
I
wanted
don't
to get
think.
caught. He never wanted to get known as a killer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be known as a killer. Like in the rap songs, he rapped it, but I don't think in real life he didn't want people to be scared of him and be aware, be afraid that he's a killer. He wanted to be loved. You know what I mean? He never got a hug or something. I don't know. His dad got killed when he was a kid. His dad got shot by a sniper off a project building. You know what I mean? So he never experienced no love in his life. You know, his sisters are ratchet. His mom's ratchet. He ain't experienced no love, man. He's out there just shooting just because he had no love. He looked dusty. He's dusty as hell. He looked hella dusty. He looked like he had no money. Because if you doing all
Hey,
that,
I
you
gotta.
ain't no money. You know, if you're doing all that,
Man,
where you getting your money from? You can't work. Yeah, so blow your brains out if you decide to get a job at the corner market. So a lot of niggas out in Chicago broke as hell because they can't work. You know what I mean? They gang bang.
Or
You
they
can't
choose
work.
not to work. You can work if you want to.
Yeah, and get your brains
so
blown out.
his dad got killed by a rifle by a nigga that went to the rifle range and practiced a little bit. It wasn't
Nah,
no
that's
real
he got.
sniper. It wasn't no real
Nah, he got.
sniper, cuz.
No, the hood snipers. That's why they shut down the Cabrini
Yeah,
projects and all that. Because they used to have niggas. They used to have snipers at the top of the project.
yeah, it was.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The niggas like they made it think like it was some militant dude or like cartel thing. Like
Nah, it was
he,
a hood nigga. A
yeah,
hood nigga hit him with an
it was a
blew his
nigga
shit
that
up.
it was a nigga that learned to shoot a rifle. You know, he bought an expensive. Somebody got him an expensive rifle. You know, he went to the range, learned how to shoot it. And they took it, they executed it. But it wasn't no cartel. It wasn't no hit. Like the nigga was huge up there. Like he was respected in the hood. But nigga, it was in Chicago. That was it.
Hmm.
It wasn't nothing like he was running the shit all over the United States. That's what made
Nah.
it. That's what made he. You're all right. Al, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, yeah, he did do that when he in that video because he made you. He made the people that the average person that just that don't know hood shit or don't know street politics is gonna be like they're gonna be enamored by it because it's gonna be like oh shit like this and that. But
Right.
if you been around the streets and you know people from the streets and hood politics, you gonna see through that shit. So, anyways, that was
True.
just my opinion on
But overall, it was a great documentary.
it. Yeah,
Hey, Byron, I'm glad you told us to watch it. Learned a lot, on,
Yeah.
I
on how
did.
on how things can be kind of not misconstrued, but you can kind of steer people in a certain path, you know what I mean, about content.
You
So
can narrate anybody however the fuck you want to narrate them to if it sounds convincing. You can
Yep.
tell people that you ate candy apple pie nigga in Poland and you can just be in Seaside the whole time. But if you put the right scenes right, make it look like you ate some motherfucking cake in Poland. It's all about how you narrate the stuff. You know what I mean? How you put things together.
yep.
So, but the thing with Traplore Ross is he gets a chance to do that because he has nothing but time, and he don't have to worry about nothing because he's in London. He don't have to worry about dealing with somebody running up on him and getting at him foul for making it. You know what I mean? Like he's out the clear. A nigga is gonna be in the clear. A nigga's gonna be in the way. A nigga's gonna be, well, I want to go to the store, or I want to go to the money mart, or I want to go somewhere, and someone will run up on you and ask you about the documentary. So that's just messed up.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Yeah.
it worked out? Okay. I think the documentary worked out because, RIP, but King Von passed. So he put it out, right? So he can't get labeled a snitch because he's passed, right? Now,
Nah, but what
Who
you don't
would be his
understand is
next?
that a lot of stuff that he put on documentaries been out. Even when King Von was alive, they was putting it out. Like it's already been out already. Everybody already knew the story. Even when King Von was alive, they knew the story. He's really just regurgitating what everybody knew already. Everybody from Chicago, from the police on down to the mothers already knew the whole story about how King Von got down. Some of them stories were just a little bit. He just juiced it up a little bit and added a couple more bodies to it to juice it up. You know what I mean? To make the story more heightened. But like people know Von got down. This is no mystery. Like they've been had bloggers that made stories about Von when he was alive. He was showing it like, don't believe him, gang. That's not me. Like laughing about it.
right. But that's serial killer type mentality though. Like,
Nah,
it ain't me. Nah, it ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Hold
like,
let me play it. Let me say something to this because I want to add something to y'all. Thing. This is what was making Von the money. That's why he was playing into it. A lot of the people nowadays, like they like this shit. They like to hear about killing. They glorify this shit. Even if you go on academic shit. Yeah, even if you go on academics, old ass is even sitting down there talking about even King Von caught these bodies and shit. Well, his following is mostly kids, so like,
but okay,
that's why King Von played into this role. A lot of it, like,
exactly.
I mean, like that's why it made him the money. It got his family about the hood. That you know when he bought his mom's that house and all that shit. You got to keep going there. If it's making you all that money and then it's able to getting your family out of it, but you don't want to be into it, but your family is still pushing you to do that shit at the same time. It's and then you got millions of people just like, oh nigga Von, you a killer, you a real like you got to play into that role, man.
Fuck no.
If you want your skrill and you living that life and you want trying to do that, you trying to get out the hood. That's what these kids do, man.
It's like kids validate killers. They validate the real of it. They don't validate the lyrics no more. They validate how real the lyrics are.
How real did you really do it?
How real is your story? Yeah, did you really shoot that? Did you really do it at that time? Did you really commit that crime?
And that's our fault.
And whose fault is that?
That's our fault. That's the older generation's fault in music, rap music. Why? Because in the late 90s, early 2000s, what was the phrase?
What?
Keep it real.
Nah, I mean,
listen what I'm saying.
Nah,
you're right. You're right in a sense.
No one knows they keep it real and shoot somebody. That's not keeping it real.
They were talking about that shit. They were talking about killing people in since like NWA back in the day. But what I'm saying
is, NWA didn't keep it real. They wouldn't keep it. None of them niggas shot.
None of them niggas shot at nobody.
But back then,
they shot at nobody.
But back then, NWA didn't say, "Yeah, I keep it real." Right? That didn't happen until late 90s. Early 2000s. Yeah, I keep it real. Like everything I say is real. It's real.
If we messed up,
it's real in the field.
That wasn't us. If we messed up by anything, it was not saying anything. Is where we messed up. It wasn't us saying keep it real. Like it was, because I don't even know. But niggas our age was not sitting here saying keep it real because we was just being quiet and not saying nothing. And then somebody came along.
To keep it real, the streets is more realer than rap. So the streets are really real in the 90s. So ain't nothing really a rapper could say to you on their raps that was realer than the streets. The streets is 100% real every day. When you walked outside, you seen niggas getting money, drug dealers, these bitches. It was cracking when you walked outside the house every day. So you like, fuck, I don't give a fuck what this rapper's talking about. Like, but now ain't nothing cracking. You caring what the rappers are talking about. That's all it is, man.
They're reliving people's lifestyles.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We try to, and now money and bitches ain't really exciting to niggas no more. So now killing is the only thing that's exciting, we excited by a nigga and kill somebody. He's a killer, and then we don't know when that's gonna end. You know, it ain't ending no time soon. Yeah,
Not
everybody's
soon.
killing.
Not if they have a say on it.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well, I still think it's our fault though, as far as the older generation, because that's why now they start living their raps. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
before,
I think it's our fault in the sense that we didn't say nothing though. We should have,
right? You just
instead of being
when I say
quiet.
keep it real, I mean I keep it real with these raps, but I'm not out here in the streets doing it. So when these younger kids hear keep it real, like, oh shit, you talking about killing people and selling all this? I need to be out there doing it so people can see me doing it. So when I put this album out, they know, oh, he's real as fuck. Like I saw him do it.
You also got to realize it was a bunch of white folks in the room too that came together, and the rich white folks that came together in the room. They was like, yeah, because we got to figure out some way to get rid of these people. So gangster rap was born.
That's how you keep, and that's how they keep us separated. They keep the gangster rap. They keep the funk keep going. You know, promoting the drill music, promoting this nigga saying
Bloods and
something to this
Crips.
nigga, and, you know,
Yeah.
oh, he said something to me. Oh, I'm gonna have to slide on him because the internet says I'm a punk if I don't slide. Oh, I have to get at him, and then it just never stops. It never stops. It's irritating. You can try to talk to these kids all you want to, Alan. The kids are retarded. You just gotta give up on these kids and say it is what it is. You know what I mean? Kids are
You
slow.
know what, man?
Anytime.
Nah, I can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because especially because we grew up in a city where we knew who was doing what, but there were times where you would catch them in their element or them just being themselves. Like they might be at the park playing football with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just having fun. And I
But
think
what?
that's who.
No. What did they? But what if you ever caught them in their element? What did they tell you though?
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, little nigga, you don't do
Yeah,
what I do.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, like I said, we lost the point
They
of
ain't listening to
listening.
they ain't listening to a nigga like me to tell them that. I'm trying to
Not
explain
no
to them
more.
like they ain't
That's why.
listening to me. Yeah,
That's
unless I
what
give
we
them
was talking
drugs, they
about.
ain't listening to anything I have to say. Yeah, they don't care. So
They
I
care
don't
about
care.
the.
You want to
They
die?
gonna listen. They gonna listen to a 24-year-old rapper, nigga. That you know what I'm saying. They don't know.
I've dealt with a lot of younger people than me down in Southern California who felt they were hard or whatnot, gangster, but they would listen to me when I speak to them. You know what I'm saying? So there are
Well, that's
out there that actually listen if you take time to not coach them, but take
it.
time to actually get involved in their lives. I think that's the whole thing
I,
too. It's like
it,
it's kind of like with our parents and with us, with the way the world's going, we just throw our hands like fuck it, nigga, is what it is. I mean, we can't do shit about
wait,
it. But I think there is a
okay.
way to do it.
No, right. You're right, Al, and I'm agree with you there because if they do if they is gonna listen to me, yeah, I mean I don't shut them off and just walk past them, but
Right.
yeah, if they do listen, then yeah, I'll put them up on game. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not cool. It's not cool being a square, Alan. You get no bitches. You get no money. You get no bitches. You get no money, and nobody wants to be around you. It's not fun being a square. No kid wants to decide to change to become a square nowadays because they rather sacrifice their life to have the
Hey,
drugs and
hold
women
on.
than to be a square.
Let's
You know what I mean? They
let's
rather sacrifice their life for it though.
let's
I'm the
So what do you
define
have to offer?
square. We're gonna define square to these kids though. Square to these kids nowadays is you have no following. Uh, you don't
No
have
motion.
money in you have no money in your pocket, and you're not doing anything active in the streets. That's a square to these kids these days. But, all right, good.
Well, you ain't got no bitches either. You
Oh
ain't got
yeah,
no women.
oh yeah. You ain't got no way. You ain't got no
huh?
business all over your Instagram.
So you tell
Yeah.
hold on, you telling me shapes don't match? So you telling me a square nigga doesn't have a square bitch?
Mm. Yeah,
Hell no. Hell no. You'll never see all the square girls they want some thrill in their life. They want a thug. They want somebody carrying a gun and lying on the internet. They love that. You know what I mean? They don't want no ultimate square. Like they don't want to read a book together. They want to know about what you doing today. You know what I mean? Who you slap today? you reading the book, nigga.
But
you
I
ain't got no
mean,
money, nigga.
but see, like being
we
square
read
does.
the shorty keep books, you know what I'm
You
saying?
say, yeah.
Okay.
You like, nigga, you trying to educate yourself, nigga?
Yeah,
Nah,
Man,
you
fuck
nigga,
you.
get out of here, kid.
Fuck
You're,
you, nigga.
are you trying to be
Oh, no nigga
smart?
trying to educate themselves. Yeah, he trying to.
You trying to
You trying to
drop,
kick knowledge?
nigga, you trying to
Nigga.
kick
Trying to
knowledge.
kick knowledge?
You trying to acknowledge, nigga?
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to be brothers. Oh, nigga, you trying to kick knowledge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, nigga, give me your motherfucking jewelry, nigga.
And them Dayton's, nigga.
So that's when. So back to your answer when you asked when things change. Okay, Alan, when you say keeping it real, so Tupac is the reason why shit got fucked up. Tupac was good and bad for the rap.
I think
You
it
know
was
what I'm saying?
Tupac.
He was bad. He was good and bad for the rap game. He was good for the rap game because he expressed his feelings and positivity when he expressed all his feelings through his rage and everything, and he kept the real majority about his life. But a lot of his raps are lies. But
Lies.
but like he put it as you can just be this thug ass nigga and do what you want to do out in the streets and live life like in America as a thug and rap and everybody love you and still get bitches because everybody loves thugs. So now that's what niggas thought after that. If Tupac's out here just acting like a pure crazy animal getting bitches, I can do the same thing too. And unfortunately, niggas, that's what niggas is telling.
Nigga, hey, that's checkmate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's checkmate. Right?
Good point.
When was the last time you seen a nigga that was a thug without no bitches?
Yeah, but man,
that nigga could be hold on. That nigga could be the ugliest nigga on the planet though, as long as he hard, nigga.
But now you
he got the little girls putting the little hearts on this shit, whenever he on there, bitch, nigga, I went out and killed some nigga, you know what I'm saying? I went out and bribed this nigga, you got little bitches putting hearts on that shit.
Waiting for him. When you get home, I got food for you. After the drill, I got a whole dinner for you.
I'll give you one example right now. I watched one of Kodak Black's live stream. And listen to me, Kodak Black, nigga. If you was a female, like nigga, I don't care what you say, nigga. Like without the money and all that shit, nigga, he really a gremlin to you. It's okay. So what this nigga was talking about?
What up, Strike?
This nigga was talking about carrying his guns and shit like that. I'm seeing all these little girls putting the little hearts emojis on this, and the nigga was like, ugh, nigga, like I'm looking at the little nigga like, cuz, like,
that's
hey,
hate,
how
cuz.
y'all
Why you hating
hey,
on,
man, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm comfortable in myself in saying this, nigga. Like you little girls out there, cuz, like I don't know what the fuck y'all be on, man. Where this shit is not attractive. That nigga's not handsome. Like the nigga really, like he told you, like nigga, he a gremlin, and that's what that nigga really looked like. Yeah, he make good music, nigga, and that's the only reason these little girls like him. But he really looked like a gremlin, cause like really obvious.
I was gonna comment on what Byron said. Name a thug or a gangster who doesn't have bitches, and in my head I'm like, yeah, but what are the quality of these bitches? You can have.
Nigga be getting nigga, what do you mean, man?
It's all time. What you mean the quality?
Coming up. What do you mean? That's why all these girls complaining now. Why do you think all these shows are running right now? Because they ran into a thug. Every show is about how they ran into a thug ass nigga. They ran into a square or something, nigga. All these bitches ran into a thug, man. All these shows about how they ran into a thug ass nigga. This nigga wasn't doing shit. He came to my house, took over. You know, shit. He wasn't working when he first started being with me. He stopped working.
He cussed my mama out, but I still love him. Like I told my mama, like you still. Fuck you and your mama.
There you go.
That's life of being with a thug, Alan.
I wouldn't know.
So there you go, man.
There you go, man. Look at man. Look at all the relationships. They always talking about a nigga. They ain't never talking about no white man did nothing. It's always a nigga doing something. You know,
treating them wrong.
yeah, it's always a nigga in the wrong, man. Never a white man in the wrong. They ain't never on there and said a white man did wrong. When they get to talking about white men, the white man is always correct and polite and comes home at proper time.
Nah, nigga, he be cheating too. Nigga. It's called alimony, nigga. Black folks don't have no alimony. Like we don't have that paper like that.
Nah,
like no, not for real. Like a white dude.
Thank you, baby.
White dude with money, right? He can go out there and get caught up. Like, all right, you know what? Let's get a divorce. Here's your settlement. Niggas ain't got no settlement. Like we don't have JG Wentworth. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's because we doing everything to stay away from, so they ain't able to get the settlements and all that stuff. We thinking about that now. What they, other people ain't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Black people are the most culture out of wedlock right now. The black people, because niggas can't even last that long to even get JG Wentworth. Nigga, we ain't lasting that long in a relationship. We're not building relationships. Niggas, you can't. It's hard to build relationships with niggas for women. It's hard because they want the thug, but they want somebody to stay at home and comfort them and do that. We can't do all that. We're not multitasking like that. We either got to be a thug or be in love. That's hard. Can't do both.
What about Thug Love though? Tupac had a song called Thug Love.
Boy, he's faking. Tupac was faking. Tupac was not thugging. He was having sex, man. Tupac was acting wild, man. He was like a rampant kid, nigga, with no hugs, man. He was just like King Von, no hug in his life. He's going around rampant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but he was also he was expressing his rants through poetry, though.
Yeah, nigga, he had a softer side though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Poetry and art.
Every thug has a softer side, man. Like, I don't care. You can't wake up. You can't be hard 24/7. Like, if you have a kid, right? You see your little boy. He's like 2 years old. He's like, "Daddy, daddy." You know, he's all happy. He has his arms out. Like, he's like,
"Hey."
No, what I'm saying is,
disagree.
No, I'm saying his little 2-year-old's like, "Daddy, daddy," right? You don't feel joy. He's like, "Get out my face, little nigga. I'm thugging." Like,
yeah.
Decide.
They ain't gonna say that. It'll be like, "Nah, little nigga, like,
get my face.
Go to hug your mama."
Yeah,
like,
I'm thugging, nigga. Move.
Nah, go to hug your
It
mama.
ain't even the dads though. It's the mom's thugging now. It's not the dads. It's the mom's thugging. Nigga, you grew up when if your mom's thugging, well, I mean, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? Like,
yo, it's a wrap.
The dads ain't usually thugging. Dads are trying to get a job and trying to change their life. You know, it's the mom that don't want to stop being a thug now. That's what, you know, she still want to hang with the niggas and do thug stuff and bring her kids around. You've been around pistols since you 2-3 years old. You know what guns and drugs are since you 2-3 years old because of your mom. You know,
right.
It's not the dudes. But that's what America's doing. They blaming everything on the black man, you know. Not the black man. Black man ain't in the house. Look at the statistics. We ain't in the house. We ain't there.
Yeah, we ain't never
niggas stay in the house. Real niggas stay in the house.
Now, real niggas get kicked out the house.
You real niggas want to be in the house.
Right. Oh, shit. All right, well, that was a great conversation. That was a great talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything else you guys want to get off? You know, I know we had kind of mentioned Snowfall for a minute, but I don't know if you want to take it to, to this episode or do it on a different episode.
I haven't watched it yet, but let's do that. We'll do the
I need to watch it too. I didn't watch it. I was kind of disappointed the way it ended. You know, but I didn't even watch how it ended. Let me watch episodes and give me a different perspective because I was just pissed off. But you know, I'm not really even pissed off because, you know, I mean, whenever you got some people from London that take over as a director, you know it's gonna go downhill anyway.
Oh man, it's so serious because he's so mad about that shit.
They doing the cut.
That's what Americans do it, huh? Right?
He's like, y'all ain't doing this shit off of research, man. Y'all ain't doing it off of real.
Niggas start adding lines and shit in South Central. I'm like, come on, cuz, like, this is out of that's why I know you ain't never been South Central, nigga. You ain't never seen a line in South Central in someone's backyard. South Central in the 80s too. The 80s was dangerous as fucking LA. Niggas super dangerous out there. Niggas didn't even want to go out. You asked me on LA if I was in the 90s, hell no. 80s, hell no, I wouldn't.
Oh shit. All right, but yeah, we'll I actually want to watch the whole series over again from episode 1 and watch it all the way through again, and then give a deeper thought about
a full perspective of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I watched all of them. I watched season 1 through 6, all the episodes except 2. You know, like I said, the last 2 episodes, I was just like, that's how he's better off getting shot or going to jail. I respected that. You know what I mean? That's how a nigga's supposed to die, man, on that money. He's supposed to get shot or go to jail. Not because smoke crack. I ain't never seen that. That's what pissed me off. You know. Man, that's a lot of money to lose if you didn't start smoking crack after 73 million. That's a lot of money.
Well, he didn't actually smoke crack. He became an alcoholic. So he drowned all of his sorrows of everything. So you saw the scene where he was at the bar, right?
I
spoiling. Yeah, you gotta stop now. We'll get to this.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys once again. Listen to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay, Tyler Byron, Alan Poe. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Deuce.